This is a Let's Talk Church Safety and Security microsode with your host, Paul Buckner.
Hey, sheepdogs. Sometimes it's the little things, right? So, being able to carry something along with you, something as small as just that little tool, something that small, can literally make a difference. So I've talked about this before, but it's been quite a while, and I don't think I've talked about it on a microsode. So as a chaplain, one of the things I picked up on years ago, officer got a call to a house. Mom was very distraught, young child. She's very concerned. Her son has locked himself in a back bedroom of a rental that, of all things, somebody had put an external door lock on, like literally the door to that room, or actually it had been a rental, but they were buying it, if I remember the story right. But anyway, so she's very concerned. The kid turned the door lock inside, and it was keyed externally to the house. And I took my knife blade and I slid it in, pulled back the trim, and then I jimmied the lock, credit card, pocket knife style, and got into the room, helping this young officer to save the day and be the hero for this lady and her son. So where I'm going with this is because I think that she ended up changing out that door lock to like an internal door, but having a closet door key and throwing it, sometimes you put it in your wallet, you can keep it in if you have a church security office or a safety booth or a safety closet. I carry a little pouch. I carry a little pouch in my pocket about so big, and I carry a Leatherman Surge is my poison. It's always on my hip, and I use it just about every day, almost without fail. And so I carry bits for it. I carry the extra bits for it. I carry a spare handcuff key. That's come in handy a couple times with young cops where sometimes they're involved in a scuffle and they need a handcuff key because it got knocked off on the ground, or an officer and they've got it attached to their key ring, which is hanging in the vehicle. As they age as cops and get more experience, a lot of times they carry that on them at all times. And I've literally had officers need that key, so I carry that in there. Just various things. I carry a lens cleaning cloth in there, and just little things, little tools. And I had a gentleman tell me the other day, I was speaking to a church. It was awesome, speaking to this church about church safety, and he's like, "You're kind of MacGyver," and I was like, "Exactly." And I had watched all 7 seasons of MacGyver, and I'm 2 or 3 times. I loved that show growing up as a kid. Being able to handle that situation in the moment. I was with a police officer one night. He was a rookie cop. He was brand new to being a cop in that first year, and he got a call to a house where there was a cat that this lady had inadvertently locked her cat in the bathroom. And she had this young male cat. It was the funniest thing in the world. So we came in the house. She's very shook up, an elderly one, very sweet, very shook up that she had locked her cat in the bathroom. And so I turned to the officer and I handed him the closet door key. And I said, "This will probably open that." And think about this from a standpoint, I'm going to pause the story, but think about this from a standpoint of you are at your church and some kid locks themselves in a closet that takes a closet door key, and they lock themselves in a classroom. Somebody inadvertently locks themselves out of a room, and you have the ability to slide something like this little tool in there. That's a thing. Or somebody goes into a bathroom stall, and that is absolutely a thing. People will go into a bathroom stall and have a medical event. They're not feeling good. They're trying to get away from people. They're embarrassed. They're like, "Why don't I feel good? I don't understand." And they'll go into this bathroom and they will lock the stall from the inside. And a lot of times you can open it with a quarter, or some of them will take something like these right here. And so having that close to hand can save a lot of heartache, because not everybody carries a knife, and I've actually seen some of those. You need something with a very shallow, it needs to be small, it can't be a wide tip screwdriver. It needs to be able to come in flat and turn, and a lot of times a knife blade won't do it, not always, but I've gotten to the point where I've become kind of a student of looking at how non-secure doors lock and what opens them. Some don't have anything that opens them, and you're going to have a problem getting in if you don't want to have to force the door. Now, in a true emergency, then force the door, right? But if you happen to have something like this, it can get you in quickly. Now, back to this story. This young officer, I handed him the tool, and he walked right up to the bathroom door. He took the exact tool that I had given him, And so he unlocked the door. And it was the funniest thing in the world. He swung the door open, and this teenage male cat like looked with this look like, "Sheesh, lady, you locked me in the bathroom." And then he looked like, "You're not the lady that lives here and takes care of me. Who are you?" And the cat was kind of freaking out. And so he like peeked around the corner and saw the lady like, "You're just letting anybody in here, lady." It was pretty cute. And so she's like, "Oh my gosh, I feel so silly." She's like, "You just walked in and like opened it." And I was like, "Well, they carry the right tools for the job." And as she's like, "Thank you so much." And he's like, "You have a nice night." As we leave, he's like, "We carry the right tools for the job." And he hands me back. I'm like, "No, you keep this one. I've got more at the house. Throw that in your little bag of tricks," because I cannot tell you how many times you will need something simple like that in the course of your time in law enforcement. And a lot of times in safety and law enforcement, there's a similar vein there. There's a similar theme, which is those soft touch things will actually win you serious brownie points. I remember I have straight up been involved in saving someone's life or removing a credible threat from an environment, participating in an arrest of someone on federal warrants, and someone who's truly dangerous, protecting somebody from kidnapping, protecting somebody who has a stalker. Like the stuff that we would think about, that's a high watermark. That's something I did. I have actually received more accolades from people, especially from ladies in a church, because of giving a little boy who skinned his knee a popsicle to help him stop crying. And it's funny what will get you those little brownie points in an environment like that. And it's those soft touch things that can completely help somebody change their mind about a safety team. And I had a conversation with a pastor recently that he was like, "I love where your heart is on this. Like your heart is safety ministry, not security only." And so anyway, for what it's worth, these things, you probably have one in your junk drawer at your house. You probably have got them everywhere in your house. There are probably several of these. And if you're in the South, you got that junk drawer in your house, and you can throw one of those in your wallet, or you can throw one of those in whatever your security booth, your security closet, your security office. I know people that will tuck that into maybe a medical bag, or they've got something they carry with them on body when they're specifically doing safety, and they'll carry one. So for what it's worth, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you. Remember Semper Disciplina, that lifestyle of discipline training. God bless.
If you enjoyed this microsode, check out the video and audio versions of the Let's Talk Church Safety and Security podcast.